Let's be real for a second. Insecurity is exhausting. It makes you second-guess yourself, overthink every word you say, and feel like you're never enough, no matter how hard you try. And the crazy part? Most people live their whole lives trapped in it, never realizing they can actually break free. But here's the truth. You're not broken, you're not weak, and you're definitely not alone. Every confident person you admire once battled with insecurity just like you. The difference is, they learned how to shut it down before it controlled them. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why you feel insecure, but you'll have a clear path to stop it in its tracks and finally step into your own power. This isn't just another pep talk. This is a game plan. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Roots of Insecurity. Mapping your story. Think back for a moment. Do you remember the first time you felt insecure? Maybe it was in school, when someone laughed at the way you spoke. Or maybe it was at home, when your efforts never seemed good enough. For many of us, insecurity doesn't come out of nowhere. It's planted like a seed, often when we're young, and it grows silently in the background of our lives. The truth is, insecurity has a story, and most of the time, it's not even your story, it's one you inherited. Maybe from parents who compared you to others. Maybe from friends who made fun of you. Maybe from a world that keeps shouting what you should look like, how much money you should make, or who you should be. Here's the shocking part. The voice of insecurity you hear in your head right now, it isn't even your real voice. It's an echo of someone else's words, someone else's judgment, someone else's expectations. And because you've heard it for so long, you started believing it was the truth. But let me tell you this, you are not broken. You are not less. You are not behind. The only reason you feel insecure is because your mind has been replaying the wrong script over and over again. Once you understand where it came from, you can finally rewrite it. And that's where we begin. In this chapter, I want you to see insecurity not as a weakness, but as a clue that leads back to the roots. Because when you can trace where it started, you'll realize something powerful. You've been carrying a story that was never meant to define you. So before we move forward, I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself, whose voice am I really hearing when I feel insecure? Is it a parent, a teacher, a stranger, or is it the endless scroll of social media? Identify that voice, because once you see it clearly, it loses its power over you. Now, this is just the beginning. In the next chapters, we're going to break down how insecurity tricks your mind, how it hides in your daily habits, and how to finally build unshakable confidence that doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. And if you're ready to break free from this cycle, then stick with me till the end of this video, because by then, you won't just understand insecurity, you'll know exactly how to stop letting it control your life. If you're serious about stepping into your best self, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming. Chapter 2. How the Mind Lies. Cognitive Distortions and Biases. You ever notice how your brain can be the loudest liar in the room? Like one tiny thought, they didn't text back, and suddenly you're convinced you're unlovable. That's not drama. That's your mind doing what it does best, protecting you by making stories. Problem is, those stories are often wrong. Let me tell you about Alex. He walks into a party, spots two people laughing, and freezes. In his head, the scene becomes a movie. They're laughing at him. He's awkward. He'll never fit in. He spends the whole night quiet. Later, he finds out they were laughing about an inside joke that had nothing to do with him. The real story was simple. His mind made it big and mean. Here's why that happens. Our brain looks for danger. It prefers quick answers over slow thinking. So when something small happens, the brain fills the blank with the worst-case story. Those quick lies are called cognitive distortions. Fancy name, simple idea. Let's run through the most common ones. Fast and simple. All or nothing thinking. If I'm not perfect, I'm a failure. Mind reading. They think I'm stupid. You don't actually know. Catastrophizing. This small mistake ruins everything. Overgeneralizing. They ignored me once. Everyone ignores me. Filtering. I focus on the one bad thing and ignore all the good. Personalization. It's my fault, even when it isn't. Sound familiar? You've probably lived with a few of these for years. They feel real because they're loud. But loud isn't true. So how do you stop believing a liar? 3 simple moves you can do right now. 1. Name the lie. When a harsh thought shows up, label it. Oh, there's the mind reading again. Naming it makes it less powerful. It separates you from the thought. You're not the thought. 2. Check the evidence. Ask, what proof do I actually have? Most of the time the proof is tiny or missing. Write down 1 piece of real evidence for the thought and 1 against it. The gap will surprise you. 3. Offer a neutral alternative. Replace the worst story with something neutral and true. Instead of "they hate me," try, "I don't know why they laughed." It might not be about me. Neutral keeps you calm and curious. Here's a tiny practice you can do in 1 minute. I call it the reality check. Breathe once. Say the thought out loud. Give it a name. That's catastrophizing. Ask, what's the proof? Say 1 real fact. Then say 1 possible neutral explanation. Do this every time a big thought appears. It rewires the habit. The mind gets used to being questioned. And when you question the liar often enough, it stops running the show. Remember this. Your brain lies to keep you safe, not to make you miserable. It's trying to help, but it's stuck in old rules. You can teach it new ones. Start by catching the lie and asking for the proof. Next, we'll explore how your body gives you honest signals. The sweat, the tight throat, the racing heart. Your body often knows the truth before your mind does. And when you learn to listen, you get real, fast feedback to beat insecurity. If this hit home, quick favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop 1 word in the comments that your mind always says to you when it lies. I read every single one. Let's flush these lies out together. Chapter 3. The body tells the truth. Emotions, physiology, and presence. Have you ever noticed that your body reacts before your mind even gets the memo? Your chest tightens, your hands sweat, your voice shrinks. Then the story starts. That tightness is not the enemy. It's the truth teller. Your body tells you what's happening faster than your thoughts do. Meet Amir. He'd walk into meetings and feel a heaviness around his shoulders. Before he could form a sentence, his mind would already be spinning 100 reasons he'd fail. One day, he tried something simple. He paused and asked, "What is my body saying right now?" He breathed. He loosened his shoulders. He said 1 short line. The meeting didn't explode. He lived. That small habit changed how he handled pressure from that moment on. Here's the secret. Your body is giving you clear signals. When you learn to listen, you stop reacting to the loud, wild stories and start responding with calm. That's how insecurity loses its grip. Let's break this down into 3 things you can actually use today. 1. Feel it first. Don't believe the story. When a wave of doubt hits, catch the physical signal first. Tight chest? Shallow breath? Clenched jaw? Name it out loud. My chest is tight. Naming slows the mind. It separates you from the noise. Once you name it, you can choose what to do next. 2. Use the breath as your reset button. Breath changes everything. Try this simple move. Breathe in for 4, hold 2, breathe out for 6. Do that 3 times. Longer out breaths tell your brain you're safe. It calms the alarm system so you can think clearly. This isn't woo, it's biology. 3. Ground, don't float. When you feel small, anchor your body. Put your feet flat. Press your palms on your thighs. Feel the weight of your feet for 10 seconds. Grounding reminds your brain you're present, not running a future-based horror story. Now a very short practice to do with me. 3 steps, 60 seconds. Step 1, sit upright, feet flat. Step 2, name 1 sensation out loud. My heart is racing. Step 3, do box breath. Inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Repeat 3 times. When you finish, notice how your mind feels. Notice how the story got quieter. That quiet is the space where choice lives. A few other small tricks that really work. Soften your face when you feel judged. Tension in the face feeds panic. Open your chest slightly. Posture signals confidence to your brain. And practice a 2-minute body scan before any stressful event. These tiny rituals build a reliable reset you can use anywhere. Quick story finish. Amir practiced naming and breathing before each meeting for 2 weeks. He didn't become fearless overnight, but he stopped freezing. He spoke. He made small wins. Those wins stacked, and his old panic moved to the back seat. If this landed for you, do the 60-second practice now. Then come back and write one word in the comments about how you felt after. Calmer, clear, lighter. I read every comment, and I want to see your small wins. If you're getting value, please like this video, subscribe for the next chapter, and share it with someone who freezes when they're nervous. Next up, we'll rewrite those old beliefs for good. Real tools that change what you think and how you act. Don't go anywhere. You're doing the work. Chapter 4. Rewriting Core Beliefs. Evidence-based cognitive tools. What if I told you one short sentence is quietly running your life? Not your boss, not your bank. A single sentence. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve love. I always fail. Those tiny lines live in your head and decide how you act, who you trust, and what risks you take. Meet Lena. She's brilliant, funny, and gets praise at work. But every time someone compliments her, she shrugs it off and tells herself, they're just being nice. When her boss offered her a leadership role, Lena said no. Her inside voice whispered, I'll screw it up. Months later, she watched someone else take the job and wondered why she stayed small. The real problem wasn't skill or luck. It was a rule, quiet, old, and sticky, that said she wasn't allowed to try. Those rules are core beliefs. They're short, simple sentences your brain learned long ago. They came from childhood, from one painful moment, from someone's harsh words, or from endless comparisons online. The key truth? They're learned, which means they can be unlearned. Here's the good part. We can rewrite those sentences, not with fake pep talk or empty affirmations, with simple, proven tools that change what you believe step by step. I'll give you 4 tools that actually work. Use them, and the sentence loses its power. Tool 1, the evidence check. Write the belief in one line. Example, I'll fail if I try. Then make 2 lists. On the left, real evidence that supports the belief. On the right, real evidence that opposes it. Be strict. Facts only, not feelings. For Lena, evidence for was one time she made a big mistake. Evidence against was years of praise, small wins, and times she fixed problems. Most beliefs fall apart when you look at facts. Tool 2, the question drill, Socratic questions. Ask the belief 4 simple questions. What is the proof? Is there another way to see this? What would I tell a friend who said this? How likely is the worst outcome, and could I survive it? These questions pull the belief into the light. They make your mind work like a detective instead of a scared kid. Tool 3, tiny experiments. Pick one small test. If you believe I'll fail, try one tiny, low-risk action that challenges it. Lena agreed to lead a short meeting, just 15 minutes. She failed at a slide transition. Big deal. She learned how small the cost really was. These experiments give you new data. New data changes belief. Tool 4, rewriting with proof. Now write a new sentence, short, true, and backed by evidence. Not, I'm perfect. That's fake. Try. I've succeeded before. I can learn fast. Trying won't ruin me. Repeat that sentence, but only after you've done the evidence check and tiny experiment. When a new sentence links to facts, your brain believes it faster. Here's a 3-minute practice you can do right now. Grab a pen. Write the belief. One line. Spend 60 seconds listing proof for it. Be honest. Spend 60 seconds listing proof against it. Be strict. Write one tiny experiment you can do in the next 24 hours to test the belief. Rewrite the belief into a new, evidence-backed sentence. Do this 3 days in a row. That's all. Small repetition beats one big speech. A quick warning, your mind will resist. It will try to keep the old sentence. That's normal. Old beliefs are comfortable, even when they hurt. But comfort isn't the same as truth. Keep testing. Keep collecting facts. Over time, the new sentence will feel natural. This is how confident people are made. Not by luck, but by proof. Not by pretending, but by small, honest experiments that add up. Lena didn't become fearless overnight. She started with one 15-minute meeting, then another. Each tiny win rewrote her sentence. If this chapter landed for you, do one thing right now. Pause this video and do the 3-minute practice. Then come back. If you did it, drop one short line in the comments. The old belief you're ready to rewrite. I'll read them. I want to see the brave ones. And hey, if you're finding value, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a little proof today. Next chapter we'll learn how your body gives you truth signals, those tight shoulders and racing heart, and how to use them as allies to quiet insecurity for good. Stick around. You're building a new story. Chapter 5, Small Wins, Big Confidence, Skill Building, and Micro Practices. What if I told you confidence isn't some giant thing you either have or you don't? What if it's a bank and every small action is a deposit? That's the secret most people miss. Big courage is made of tiny actions stacked over time. Let me tell you about Noah. He hated public speaking. The idea of saying one sentence in front of a room made his stomach flip. For years he avoided it. Then one day he made a tiny bet with himself. Speak for 30 seconds at a team meeting. That was it. 30 seconds. He fumbled. He laughed afterward. But he did it. The next week he spoke for a minute. Then 3 months later, he led a training session. Noah didn't wake up fearless. He built his fear into smaller bites and ate them one by one. Those small bites became the fuel for real confidence. This chapter is about the things you can do right now, micro practices that take minutes, not months, and how they turn into real, lasting change. No fluff, no fake pep talk, just simple moves that work. Here are 5 micro practices that change your life when you actually do them. 1. The 1-minute win. Every day, do something tiny that scares you a little. Send that short message. Say hi to someone new. Make a small request. 1 minute is enough. These little wins tell your brain, I tried. I survived. Repeating this builds a confidence bank. 2. The 2% rule. Improve by 2%, not 50%. Not perfect. If you practice a skill for 10 minutes a day and get 2% better, in weeks you'll be much stronger. Small effort, steady reward. It's boring, but boring wins. 3. The exposure ladder. Break big fears into steps. If public speaking terrifies you, start by reading a paragraph out loud. Next, record a 60-second clip. Then share it with a friend. Each rung feels small. Each rung adds proof you can do the next one. 4. The win journal. Every night, write down 3 things you did that day that worked, no matter how small. I asked a question. I finished a paragraph. I smiled at the cashier. These are deposits. Over time, the list becomes undeniable proof you're growing. 5. The practice pause. Before a hard moment, take 30 seconds to prepare. Breathe. Say one line you'll use. Visualize the small victory. That tiny pause turns chaotic panic into calm action. Now a real quick practice you can do with me right now. Don't overthink it, just do it. Think of one small thing you've been avoiding for a week. Make it so tiny you can do it in 1 minute. Say it out loud. I will do X for 1 minute. Do it. No perfection, just action. When you come back from that 1-minute win, you'll feel something different. Not fireworks, but a quiet lift. That lift is proof. Keep collecting it. Here's why this works. The mind trusts experience more than words. You can tell yourself you're brave until your voice goes hoarse, but a small successful action gives your brain new data. Facts beat feelings. Do a thing. Feel the result. Repeat. A short story to close this. Maya was convinced she couldn't lead. Her old belief said, you'll mess up. She tried one tiny experiment. Host a 10-minute group chat. She made mistakes. People still thanked her. She did another. And another. Months later, she led a project. She didn't become fearless. She became familiar with being imperfect and still capable. That familiarity killed the old belief. If you want real change, don't wait for the big moment. Build it with small, steady moves. Right now, pick one micro practice from this chapter and do it within the next hour. Come back and tell me the one thing you did in the comments. I read them all. I want to see your wins. If this resonated, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a tiny nudge today. And don't go anywhere. Next up, we dig into the digital traps and social comparison that secretly feed your insecurity. Stick around. You're building a better story, one small win at a time. Chapter 6. Social Comparison and Digital Traps. Reclaiming Your Narrative. Stop scrolling for a second. Look at that tight feeling in your chest. The one that shows up after 5 minutes on the feed. That small burn. That's the comparison trap setting in. It's quiet. It creeps up. And before you know it, you're measuring your whole life against a series of perfect photos and highlight reels. Let me tell you about Zara. She woke up one morning, scrolled for 10 minutes, and felt terrible. Her friend's vacation, a coworker's promotion, someone she barely knows launching a business. By noon, she was doubting her career, her choices, everything. The truth, nothing on that screen told the whole story. The photos were the elevator pitch. The comments hid the late nights. But Zara believed the highlight reel, and that belief started running her day. Here's the hard truth. Social media doesn't make you feel small by accident. It's designed to hook your attention and trigger comparison. The good news? That means you can out-design your own feed. You can set rules. You can choose what shapes your mind. I want to give you 4 simple moves. Practical, small, and actually doable. That let you stop feeding your insecurity and start reclaiming your story. Move 1. The feed audit. Open your social app and be ruthless for 1 minute. Unfollow or mute accounts that make you feel bad. Follow 2 accounts that teach, inspire, or challenge you in healthy ways. People who show the work, not just the finish line. Your feed is your environment. Clean it. Move 2. The check-in rule. Limit doom scrolling. Pick 2 short windows for social media each day and stick to them. Use a timer. When you open an app, ask, what am I here for? If it's not useful, close it. Small boundaries stop big spirals. Move 3. The highlight reel reminder. Every time you compare, say this quietly. This is a highlight reel, not the full life. Remind yourself that every win you see had failures behind it. That tiny sentence breaks the spell. It pulls you back to reality. Move 4. The comparison compass. Measure progress against you, not them. Keep a personal benchmark. Am I better than I was last month? Track 1 skill, 1 habit, 1 tiny win. Over time, your compass will point to real growth, not someone else's edited snapshot. Do 1 quick practice with me right now. Stop the video for 60 seconds and do this. Open your feed. Mute or unfollow 3 accounts that make you feel worse. Then write down 1 thing you did this week that shows progress, however small. Come back when you're done. Zara did this. She muted accounts in 5 minutes and wrote 1 line. I finished the first draft. That small proof changed her whole afternoon. She felt lighter. She worked on her draft instead of spiraling. 2 tiny mindset upgrades to keep you steady. Gratitude as evidence and curiosity as defense. When a comparison hits, ask, what can I learn from them? Then name 1 thing you're grateful for in your own life. Curiosity turns envy into learning. Gratitude turns panic into perspective. Remember, the goal is not to escape the world. It's to choose what part of the world shapes your inner story. You can scroll and still be sane. You can enjoy other people's wins and protect your own peace. If this chapter helped, do 1 small thing for me. Hit like, subscribe, and drop 1 emoji in the comments that shows how you feel after doing the feed audit. I read them all. Let's make this a place that builds you up, not tears you down. Stay with me. Next, we'll dig into boundaries, voice, and assertiveness. How to speak up without fear and protect your worth in real life. You won't want to miss it. Chapter 7. Boundaries, voice, and assertiveness. Protecting your worth. You ever feel used, drained, or taken for granted, and then wonder why you never spoke up? That slow burn you feel isn't your fault. It's the cost of not having clear boundaries. Boundaries are not mean. They are the lines that keep your life yours. Let me tell you about Jamal. He always said yes. Coworkers threw extra work on his desk. Friends asked favors at the worst times. He smiled and agreed. Inside, he felt hollow. One night, he missed his sister's birthday because he picked up overtime. He sat in his car and realized he was trading his life for other people's comfort. So Jamal tried something small. The next morning, a teammate asked him to take on a project. Jamal paused. He breathed. He said, I can't take that on this week. I have a deadline. I can help next week for an hour. The teammate blinked, then said cool. No fight, no guilt, Just respect. That one line saved his weekend. Boundaries protect your time, your energy, and your dignity. They tell people how to treat you, but setting them feels scary because we fear conflict or losing others. Here's the truth. People respect clear limits. Vague people get walked over. I want to give you 3 simple tools you can use right now. Short, real, tested. Tool 1, the one-sentence boundary. Make a short sentence. Use I. Use truth. Example, I can't do that right now. Or, I'm not available on weekends. Say it calm. No apology. No over-explaining. Simple truth cuts through the drama. Tool 2, the broken record. If someone pushes back, repeat your sentence calmly. I can't do that right now. Repeat once. Repeat twice. No louder. No anger. The calm repeat removes the emotional hook. People often stop when you don't react. Tool 3, the timeout trick. You don't have to answer immediately. Say, let me check and get back to you. Use this when you feel pressured. It buys space. It gives you control. Most of the time you'll say no, and that's okay. A tiny practice you can do with me right now. Pick one thing you've been saying yes to but want to stop. Write one sentence that sets the limit. Make it short. Read it out loud 3 times until it feels normal. Here are a few real examples to borrow. I can't take this on right now. Thanks for understanding. I'm not available after 7 p.m. I can help for 30 minutes, but not longer. I need to say no to that. When you practice, your voice gets stronger. Your body follows. The tight chest eases. People test limits at first. That's normal. Keep your line. Most will learn to respect it. And the ones who don't, that tells you something real about them, not about you. Quick story finish. Jamal used the one-sentence boundary twice in a week. His boss started to plan better. His friends stopped asking him last-minute favors. He didn't lose people. He kept his life. That small change lifted months of weight. If you're ready to try this, do the practice now. Then come back and tell me the sentence you used in the comments. I read them all. I want to celebrate your first boundary. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs the courage to say no. And don't go anywhere. Next, we'll dig into how secure relationships are built, why attachment matters, and how to love without losing yourself. Trust me, you'll want to see that. Chapter 8, Secure Relationships, Attachment, Dependence, and Independence. Here's a truth most people miss. Your relationships don't just reflect who you are. They shape how safe you feel in the world. If you're constantly anxious, jealous, or shutting down, it's not about weakness. It's about patterns. Patterns you can see, name, and change. Meet Sophie. When her partner didn't answer a text, her stomach tightened, and her mind made a movie of betrayal. She called twice, then later felt silly and ashamed. Now meet Daniel. After a bad breakup, he learned to pull away first, so he could never be the one who got hurt. Sophie chased closeness. Daniel closed down. Both wanted the same thing, safety. Both got the opposite. These 2 jobs, needing others and protecting yourself, are normal. They come from how you learned to connect as a child. Some people learned that people will come and stay. That's secure. Others learned, people leave or people overwhelm me. That creates anxious or avoidant patterns. The good news? These are habits you can change. Here are 3 simple moves to build secure connections without losing your independence. Move 1. Name your pattern. The first step is small and powerful. Give your pattern a name. Are you the one who panics when texts go unread? Maybe you're leaning anxious. Do you pull away when things get real? Maybe avoidant. Naming it takes the shame out. It becomes a problem to solve, not a trait to hide. Move 2. Test small trusts. Security grows from tiny repairs. Try this. Ask for a small thing, 10 minutes of attention, help with a task, or a short check-in call. If the other person responds kindly, that's data. If they don't, you learn something important. Keep the test small. They build real proof that people can meet you. Move 3. Learn the safe start script. When things go wrong, use one short script. When X happened, I felt Y. I need Z. Example. When you didn't reply last night, I felt anxious. Can we agree on a quick message if one of us will be away? Simple, calm, focused on repair. It invites connection instead of blame. A tiny practice you can do right now. Pick one person you trust and ask for a 5-minute check-in this week. Say, I need a quick minute to share something. Can we talk? Watch how it feels when someone listens. That feeling is practice for safety. 2 quick rules to protect your independence. Keep your own life rich and ask for help without demanding it. Healthy dependence looks like 2 people choosing to rely on each other while still standing on their own feet. If things feel broken in a pattern that repeats, therapy is a strong, smart option. A good therapist helps you see the script and practice new moves safely. If this chapter hit home, do one tiny thing. Hit like, subscribe, and in the comments write the one small request you'll make this week to test trust. I read every single comment. Let's build safer bonds together. Stick around. Next, we'll learn how to turn rejection and failure into fuel, not fear. You don't want to miss that. Chapter 9, Rejection, Failure, and Resilience. Turning setbacks into fuel. You know that hollow drop you feel when something you want to gets ripped away? The job you didn't get. The message that never came. The dream that failed on the first try. That drop stings. It's loud. It makes you want to hide. But what if I told you that same sting can be the most honest teacher you'll ever have? That rejection, when handled the right way, becomes the exact fuel you need to get stronger. Let me tell you about Ethan. He poured months into a pitch, late nights, feedback rounds, his pride on the line. The answer? A polite no. He went home and replayed the worst moments, convinced he'd ruined everything. For 2 days he did nothing but feel small. Then he did one thing different. He treated the rejection like a report, not a verdict. He wrote down 3 facts: what went wrong, what people actually said, and one clear thing he could change. He tried that change in a tiny next step, one short follow-up email with a new line and one small sample improvement. That single low-risk move started a new conversation. A month later, he had a yes. Not because he was luckier, but because he turned the failure into real feedback. Here's the truth in plain words. Rejection hurts because humans need belonging. Your brain reads the no as a social threat. That's normal. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means the system is working, sending a signal. The clever part is what you do with that signal. I want to give you 4 tight tools you can use the next time you get knocked down. Simple, real, workable. Tool 1, the short wallow. Let yourself feel it, but limit it. Give yourself 20 to 30 minutes to be honest. Feel sad, ran into a pillow, call one friend. Then stop. The timeout makes emotion real without letting it run your life. Tool 2, the debrief checklist, 10 minutes. Write fast, no judgment. 1. Fact, what happened? 2. Signal, what did I learn? 3. Fix, one tiny test to try next. Keep it short. Facts first, feelings after. This turns noise into information. Tool 3, the micro experiment. Do one small, low-risk action that challenges the fear. If you were rejected from a job, ask for 5 minutes of feedback. If a piece of content flopped, post a tiny, different version. Small experiments give your brain new facts. Facts change belief. Tool 4, the failure log. Keep a simple list of failures and the lesson that came from each. Every entry, one sentence about what went wrong, one sentence about what it taught you. Read it when you doubt yourself. Over time, the log proves you learn and grow. Quick practice, do this with me now. Pause the video for 2 minutes and write 3 lines. 1. One recent rejection. 2. One fact about what happened. 3. One simple next step you can try in the next 48 hours. Come back when you're done. When Ethan did this, his no became a plan. He tried one thing, got a small win, and built momentum. Momentum erased the heavy shame. 2 small mindset shifts to hold close. View failure as data, not destiny, and favor curiosity over blame. Ask, what can I test? Not what's wrong with me. If this chapter landed, do one thing right now. Hit like, subscribe, and drop one quick word in the comments. Which lesson will you try first? I read every single comment, and I want to celebrate your move. Stay with me. Next chapter will pull everything together into a simple, daily system that keeps you steady, confident, and moving forward. You're closer than you think. Chapter 10, a sustainable confidence system, daily habits, checklists, and next steps. Picture this. You wake up, and that old voice, "You're not enough," is still there, but much quieter. You sip your coffee and feel steady. Not because you changed overnight, but because you built a system that shows proof every day. That's what real confidence looks like. Small, steady evidence stacked day after day. Let me tell you about Lena again. After she rewrote her belief, she didn't stop. She built simple habits around it. A short morning ritual, tiny daily wins, a quick reality check, and a weekly review. Nothing dramatic, just steady. Month by month, the old sentence in her head lost its power. Confidence became the thing she did, not the thing she waited for. You can build the same system. It's simple. It doesn't need drama. It needs repeatable parts you actually do. Here are 6 pieces that fit together like a tiny machine. Small effort, big payoff. 1. Morning reset, 3 minutes. Wake up, breathe for 30 seconds. Say one truth out loud. Something proven, like, "I solved hard things before." Pick one tiny win for the day. This anchors you. Short, real, and honest. 2. Micro practice, 5 to 10 minutes. Every day, do one small action that challenges your fear a little. A 1-minute video, a short question at work, a tiny ask. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. 3. Win journal, 60 seconds at night. Write 3 real wins. Not goals. Wins you did. I asked a question. I finished a paragraph. This makes progress impossible to ignore. 4. Reality check card, when the liar shows up. Have one line you use when your mind catastrophizes. Example, name the proof. Ask it once, then say a neutral alternative. This stops the spiral fast. 5. Weekly review, 10 minutes on Sunday. Look back. One win, one lesson, one experiment for next week. Update your exposure ladder. Tweak small steps. Keep the momentum. 6. Monthly experiment. Low risk, high learning. Try one new thing each month. Teach a short class. Pitch an idea. Fail fast, learn faster. Each experiment rewrites story with real data. Here's a short checklist you can use right now. Say it out loud and keep it simple. Morning reset, 3 minutes. 1 micro practice today. Night win journal, 3 lines. Weekly review on Sunday. Do this for 21 days. That's all. Small habits become the proof that changes how you feel. The old voice quiets not because you convinced it, but because you showed it evidence that you can handle life. Quick practice. Pause this video and write one tiny habit you'll start for the next week. Keep it so small you can't say no. Then write the one short sentence you'll use when doubt shows up. If you're ready to change, do that now. Then come back and drop that habit in the comments. I read every single one. I'll cheer you on. If this series helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share with one friend who needs this. Build the system. Keep it small. Stay curious. You don't need perfect. You just need to start. Listen, insecurity doesn't vanish in a single day, but every step you've taken while watching this has already made you stronger. You don't need to wait for permission to feel enough. You are enough, right now, as you are. So carry this with you. Confidence isn't about never feeling fear. It's about moving anyway, one small choice at a time. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Because none of us are meant to walk this path alone. Stay strong, stay steady, and never forget, you're already more powerful than the doubt in your head.